My name is Trisha Baga. I guess I grew up in Florida, and then I moved to New York about 10 years ago to go to Cooper, which is actually having a really good protest right now, because it was founded as a free school, and all of this administration bullshit happened, and they're talking about starting to charge tuition. I'm getting really off topic, but it's an important protest. And then I went to Bard for my MFA, which is basically like a summer camp. And well, when I'm in New York, I actually have some more, like, the objects are a bit more specific. And I spent a lot of time like waiting for video to render, just painting things near my computer and like tossing things on the floor and making compositions slowly. But I figured with Scotland, it would be a nice experiment with specificity to try to just remove those objects and not worry about, like, I don't know, putting my favorite cardboard box into a crate and then sending it here, and just seeing what kind of cardboard boxes you guys have. And just, I guess, basically going through the garbage at DCA and going to TK Maxx and local thrift shops, and I guess we could use the phrase local flavor to fill in the blanks, I guess, for these object roles, and then see how these compositional structures that I've already constructed through video operate and change because of that. I'm projecting on top of a lot of objects. Sometimes the video projection is used to light the objects, and sometimes it's used to, like, decorate the architecture in its silliest moments, and sometimes it's used to actually, like, as a video projection, expressing, like, a pull towards narrative with, like, imagery and with sympathy towards the rectangle of the screen rather than the shapes of the objects in front of it. And of course, the objects always create nice shadows to go inside. Like, for example, in the back room, the main piece is called Plymouth Rock, and it's composed of two projections. One front one that's more, it's more of a cinema piece, and the back one kind of lights the atmosphere around it, and that moves in and out almost like theater lighting along with the front piece, and sometimes like the shadows of the people watching get involved, and I don't know, I like that because I think it brings up the sublime, or it feels like it at least. And then the other piece over there, it's a much smaller scale, and it's in 3D. And it's accompanied by Sister Wendy on wireless headphones, so it could potentially be used as an audio guide for the whole show. But it's mainly for that smaller piece, which is in 3D. And I guess I used it as a way to access painting. 3D video, at least, because it's such a weird technology, and your eye can like move so slowly across it, and it sort of sustains the act of looking for longer, so that people can be interested enough by the premise of by the medium, so that the content of what they're looking at can be almost really boring, which is actually what I find interesting. I went out with the idea of Christmas in mind, and just because I knew what the dates were for the show, and I knew what happens to stores around that time, and it's actually pretty fortuitous, because when light and like Christmas and kind of like Christianity in general, a lot of religion uses light as a very important, I guess, metaphor or theme. And I think phenomenologically, the objects around Christmas are made to basically reflect light and be shiny and attract people to gather around it and stare at it. And I think that just goes really well with projection, light projection. I'm thinking of the front room almost as a Christmas tree, where I'm just getting really indulgent with shininess and color and movement. And in a way, it's like my own 3D painting without 3D technology. It's my 2D, 3D painting. And that it's the piece that I'm improvising while I'm here. I chose a lot of the things because of their surface qualities, I guess, and their ability to be reflected on, and also their ability to cast a shadow. And so it is like super image-based, still, the understanding of these objects, but in a way that you can touch them.